Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Friday, the 9th of December 2022. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 finished up 0.5% today to 7,213 points. Materials, stocks and tech companies fared best, while utilities, which otherwise had a pretty good week, fared worst. Among the large caps, BHP, Fortescue Metals and Rio Tinto all ended up close to 3%. On the back of higher iron ore prices. The banks were mixed, so too the retailers. The lithium miners are under pressure, have been all week. Investment bank Goldman Sachs forecasts that the metal's price will drop sharply. That sent down the share prices of the likes of Allkem, Pilbara Minerals, Core Lithium and Liontown. In corporate news today, there are media reports that Rio Tinto Chief Executive Jakob Stausholm has contacted Fortescue Metals Group Chairman Andrew Forrest to see if the two mining companies can find common ground on green hydrogen. Rio and Fortescue mine iron ore side by side in Western Australia, and both want to reduce their carbon footprint. And Beach Energy has surrendered in the takeover battle for Warrego Energy, saying it will instead focus on developing its existing onshore gas assets in the Perth Basin. The Warrego board has unanimously recommended a $342 million bid from Hancock Resources, hence Beach are out. Story number 2, the Commonwealth and states will co-fund energy bill relief for households and businesses that will come on top of lower prices delivered via price caps on coal and gas. Because each state has different power prices, the National Cabinet is expected to ask federal and state treasurers and energy ministers to finalise the size of the rebates some point early next year. The gas cap will be $12 per gigajoule and apply to uncontracted gas, while the coal cap will be $125 a tonne and apply to uncontracted and contracted coal used to generate electricity in New South Wales and Queensland. Almost all contracted coal is under that cap already. Late this afternoon, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said that he'll recall Parliament next week to ensure the co-fund energy bill and price cap make it through. Story number 3, the Financial Review released its annual list of highest paid CEOs for 2022 today. And coming in at number 1 for the second year in a row, earning $23.7 million, is Macquarie Group's Shemara Wikramanayake. The big surprise was who came in at number 2. It was the newly installed CEO of listed fashion jeweller Lovisa Holdings, who was paid $20.9 million for just over 7 months' work. Ironically, Lovisa currently faces a class action from former employees over allegations of underpayment. Its market cap is $2.5 billion compared to Macquarie's $65 billion. The next couple of positions were Mick Farrell at ResMed and Greg Goodman at Goodman Group. They're normally at the top of those tables. Then came Ruslan Kogan, who earned $15.2 million. Now, Kogan.com's share price has fallen 60% over the past year. Work that one out. Story number 4, the Star Entertainment Group's Brisbane and Gold Coast casinos will remain open under the supervision of a special manager, but will have to pay the Queensland government a fine of $100 million. Queensland Attorney General Shannon Fentiman said the group's operations will be overseen by Nicholas Weeks. Now, that's the same independent monitor overseeing the group's Sydney casino. Fentiman has given the Star 12 months to clean up its act, otherwise have its licence suspended. She said there was an opportunity for the Star to return to suitability, but it had a long way to go. And finally, story number 5, US competition regulators want to block one of the biggest deals of the year. Microsoft's $75 billion bid for video game maker Activision Blizzard, that's the group better known as the owner of Xbox and games like Call of Duty. Well, the US Federal Trade Commission doesn't like it. It reckons the purchase will lessen competition in the cloud gaming business. The Activision deal would be Microsoft's biggest ever acquisition and make it the world's 3rd largest gaming company behind China's Tencent and Japan's Sony. That's it for the afternoon report for Friday, the 9th of December 2022. Michael Thompson, Adam Lang and I will be back tomorrow morning with a weekend edition of Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.